Hey y'all, it's Erin with 2R's, and today I'm actually going to review a show. I was going to do a reaction to each of the episodes in this show, but I watched it so fast that I couldn't stop and just be like, okay, I should stop here. And then my best friend came over and she got hooked on it, and we found out that it's based on a book. So now I'm about to download the book. That's just how good I felt like it was. So this is going to be a review of the show The Stranger. So this is on Netflix. It popped up. It's a 2020 show, but I didn't see it until yesterday, and I watched it and I finished it yesterday. So it's called The Stranger, and the reason it caught my eye is because it has Richard Armitage, which I watched this one show over and over and over and over and over. And over. It's a period piece, but The Stranger is not. It's modern. But I saw him in another one called North and South, and he was like the romantic interest. And if you're into period pieces, definitely go watch that one. I don't know where to watch it anymore. It disappeared. You know how stuff disappears. But yeah, and then Siobhan Finneran, I recognized her from Downton and like two other things I had seen her in that I can't remember the title of, but I remember they were good. Anthony Head is in this, as well as there's another two popular British actors that I've seen them in several things. And so honestly, the stuff that I've been finding from the UK lately has not been like, it's been like spot on every single time. So I'm really excited when I see actors like that I know. So this one, basically, it's kind of a mystery. There's this stranger, because it's called Stranger, and this stranger pops up and tells people or reveals these secrets about different people concerning their families. And at first, you're just like, what the heck was that about? Like, why would that be? What? First of all, why would a stranger walk up to you and be like, hey, um, your wife faked her pregnancy, and you should also DNA test your boys, because who knows? And then she's just like, if you don't believe me, look up this in your statements. And so the guy who's his name is Adam Price. It's the Price family. Adam Price is just like, the fuck? Like, really? Like, that's kind of how it is. And so he was just like, you know what? I'm not going to look into this. And then he decides to. He confronts his wife. His wife disappears. So that's the first thing. We were just like, what the heck? Then there's this detective. Um, what is her name? Give me a minute. Joanna something. I suck at names. But yeah, so detective, she's a DS. Detective Sergeant? Detective? Yeah, I think that's what they are. So Joanna and her partner Wes, they're already investigating like something else. Her best friend owns a shop, and her best friend gets visited by this same stranger and says, hey, your daughter is on like findasugarbaby.com, and unless you give us 10,000 pounds, we're going to put all of her stuff online. And she's just like, once again, the fuck? Like that. Literally that. The stranger visits Adam Price's dad, played by Anthony Head. And like, if you remember Anthony Head, if you watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Giles, it's Giles. Or if you watched Merlin, Uther Pendragon. Ah, there she is. You get some water? Nope, you don't need any water. You just want pets. Okay. Okay, so Doggo has entered. But yeah, so she shows up and says, you have a child. You have another child that you don't know anything about. And shows him the proof, and he's just like, who is this? And like, he loses it. So there's all these stories that are kind of intertwined together. And the first so anyway, so these stories are connected. We all know that the stories are connected by this stranger who keeps revealing these things. We don't know the stranger's motive. We don't know anything about them. I will say the best thing about this thing is that you get clues. You get clues that the characters haven't really figured out yet. Thank you. Um, and you get clues like, for example, you see who commits a murder, and but then you don't know how they're connected until later. There's a whole like fiasco with the kids. Like the Price family kids are even having a hard time. Like the oldest kid, his friend with benefits, because they're like, oh, we're going to different unis and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, y'all too young for that crap. Anyway, so um, they're going to different universities, and then their neighbor, which is their friend, they go to this full outrager like party bonfire thing, and um, a poor llama gets decapitated, and there's like a kid that's injured, and he's basically butt naked in the woods, and you're just like, how did that happen? So there's so many questions that happen in the first episode, and you see people scrambling to hide or investigate, and you're just like, what the heck? So it's only 8 episodes. I mean, and it was 8 episodes of what? And then you get some more information, and you're like, get, and you're like, what? Nani? So also each episode gives you, of course, it gives you more and more information, but you only see, I would say you get to see maybe like 2 or 3 points of view. You get to see the detective's point of view. Of course, you see Adam Price's point of view, and I think you see his eldest son's point of view. If those people are not there, then you typically don't see. So it is kind of like a limited, but I think that's done so you can actually follow the story, because I don't like it when you have all of these points of view and you still, like, it's too many, and this one, 3, and then eventually you get the point of view of the stranger, but very brief, like little snippets, just so you can start seeing how they fit in with the story. But yeah, and another thing that normally annoys me that this show does really well are like the plot twists, because it mirrors when people are trying to hide something, like in real life. This is literally what would happen. And I think the only character that might have been too fake would have been one of the students. And it was really like, the things that were unresolved was like, one student had revealed some fake information, and we don't really know why she did it. There's a situation where a young girl's cookies ended up on the internet, but they were sent from her phone, and so they were trying to figure out who did it. Like, why would she embarrass herself like that? So somebody absolutely was targeting her, and we find out who did it. The person confesses, and we're just like, but why though? And so I don't remember hearing why. Then the other thing was like, there was a minor plot thing that happened involving the wife, like Mrs. Price, the Adam Price's wife, and it just was like, it was mentioned, so you know that it happened, but it was just like, wow, if you had just asked the right people earlier, that would have been solved, and you wouldn't have been involved in any of that. But like, that's how life is. If you had asked the right, you wouldn't have known to ask the right person until you had gotten to the end of it. I mean, at this point, so the biggest plot is, where's his wife? Who is the stranger? Why does this person keep visiting different people? And so we do find out that she's doing it to blackmail people. And it's been successful, but the only person that she didn't ask for money for was Adam Price. And that was the peculiar thing, because everybody else, well, Adam Price and his dad, I don't know his name, I forgot. It just goes so fast. It's like, the minute you think that it's going one direction, like at one time I was just like, oh my God, his kids are not his kids, it's his dad. His dad is the philandering fool, and then it definitely wasn't. It wasn't. I was like, it has to be that. But it's like, why were all of these things connected? and you get an answer to most of those. And so I think you should go watch it. But 8, so my mom had walked in on me watching episode 7, and she was like, "Is this the last episode?" And she was like, "I think I saw that. Is this blah blah blah?" And then I, as soon as something was revealed, my mom goes, "He's in the car." It's like she did it at the same time that it came on the screen, so it wasn't a spoiler. But I mean, whew. So if you like novels, then I think this one will probably be good. If you like quick TV show, 8, the episodes are all like 40 minutes each, so you could easily watch this all in one day while you're doing the laundry, while you're like cooking, or or just relaxing like I was doing yesterday. I recommend it. So let me know if you plan on watching these shows, or if this is the type of show that you usually watch, because if I find another one, I'm gonna make myself stop and like react. But I couldn't. It was so good. So yeah, like and subscribe to my channel for more reviews on different TV shows and little car chats about various things in life that are just like in my head. Sorry. And then comment. Until next time. Bye.